Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. It is good to see you. I almost said happy Monday. Happy Tuesday to all of you, wherever you may be in the world. If you are new here, welcome and thank you so much for your subscription. If you are returning, welcome back and good to see you. The way that this channel works is all my donation information can be found pinned at the bottom of the chat. My basic reading of menu of reading options, sorry, dyslexic. And I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical and or legal questions. Please consult a professional in either of those matters if that is the answer that you are seeking. Today I am using an old favorite deck of mine. It didn't actually come with a box, so I just keep it in this lovely white gauze case. But it came with a set that I got from Barnes & Noble many moons ago, and it was a good ass deal too. It was like in their bargain book section. It was like $10 for, no, it was like $5 for like a book on tarot and a tarot deck. I was like, yoink, mine. And it's such a delightful deck. The art is beautiful and it has wonderful explanations on the cards as well. And I've had this deck for so long that when I shuffle it, it feels like butter going through my hands. It's a very tactile, delightfully tactilely pleasing deck. So my basic menu of options starts with my mini reading, which is just one question, and that consists of 5 cards, and that is a donation amount of $7.77. I still have not heard back from Venmo yet. I will let you know when Venmo is back up and running. But if you donate using PayPal or Cashapp, it is $7.77. If you need to use SuperChat, it is $9.99. Then I also offer my full reading, which consists of 10 cards. That can just be one question or split into 2 5-card individual questions. That is a donation amount of $14.14, unless you need to use SuperChat, in which it is $20.20. And then finally, I offer my in-depth or expanded reading, which I highly recommend. That consists of 15 cards, and that can be one full reading, one 10-card reading, and one 5, or split into 2 5 individual questions. And that is $21.21, unless you need to use SuperChat, in which it is $29.29. I answer a lot. I'd say the predominant amount of questions that I answer would be matters of the heart, romantic questions, relationship questions, crush questions, love questions. And I developed a spread shortly before I started my professional experience with tarot, and I am still using that spread to this day. It is still my #1 most popular spread, and it's at no additional donation amount. It could be done using a mini, a full, or an expanded reading, and it essentially answers 3 major questions in one. It really answers 5 questions in one, but 3 major questions in one. It tells you what your current person's current thoughts are towards you, their current feelings, their current intentions, their current general energies towards the connection, and your general energies towards the connection. And again, that's at no additional donation amount. It can be done with a mini, full, or an in-depth. And on the topic of romance, I also offer soulmate confirmation reading. That's pretty self-explanatory, but it can be asked in one of 2 ways. The first way we can ask it is we directly ask your angels, messengers, and spirit guides if the person that is in your heart, the person in question, is indeed a soulmate of yours. If the answer is yes, they'll explain why and in what context. If the answer is no, they'll explain why not. Then alternatively, if you don't want to ask it that directly, we can always ask your angels and ancestral guides if they give their divine blessing towards this connection. And if they do, honey, you are lucky, because it does happen. I have seen it happen, and it means a lot. To get Spirit's blessing takes a lot. That takes one hell of a person and one hell of a connection. And if they give their divine blessing, that absolutely confirms soulmate, romantic soulmate status. I recommend that for anyone who's in a romantic connection, but specifically for people who are currently in a connection, even if it's in the very early stages, but are still curious about the actual fated longevity of the connection. And that reading consists of 10 cards and is a donation amount of $16.16. Unless you need to use SuperChat, then it is $23.23. I also, speaking of soulmates, I also offer past life regression readings. I've been studying past life regression therapy since I was very, very young. I developed a method of regressing others, channeling people's past lives through tarot about 2 years into my professional practice. And I actually found it because I've always used guided meditation and hypnosis. I actually find using tarot as a medium for being a conduit for past life regression. I don't know, easier is not the word, but more fluid, I'd say, more direct. And past life regression readings are endlessly fascinating. There's certainly no limit to the number of past life regression readings one can get. I've given multiple past life regression readings to individual clients of mine. Especially depending on how old of a soul we are, we have multiple past lives, and they all run the gamut. All of them look very different from one another, and all of them have a different story to tell, a different story, or a different method of guiding you on your journey, on your current life's path. I think one of the best intention questions to ask for a past life reading is to ask Spirit, sorry, don't mind me while I put on my earrings, I forgot I didn't put them on, is to ask Spirit to illustrate the past life of yours that can help you navigate this life, the challenges in this life, the best. But that's not the only intention in which one can ask for a past life illustration reading. You can absolutely ask, please illustrate a past life of mine that explains an irrational fear that I have, or a proclivity towards something that I have, or just something about me that I formerly found inexplicable, but that a past life would help bring clarity in that situation. I have yet to have a client of mine who was a princess in a past life, so I've heard people joking about how past life readings always seem to magically be people are princes and maharajas. No, we're usually pretty normal people in our past lives, just like we are in this life. Not to say that all of us is just normal people, but we live a variety of different lives. I've given some readings to people where they were super flush and super fortunate, very Ten of Pentacles, very Wheel of Fortune, and I've given readings to the same person where they were not, where things were very, very difficult. So it really, that's another intention of asking the question: illustrate a past life of mine that was the most fortunate, or illustrate a past life of mine that was the least fortunate. That will help me. If you feel like you're in need of a healthy dose of gratitude, that's a wonderful intention to ask with. I am also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on. I can communicate with those who are no longer with us on this earthly plane. If that is something that you are indeed interested in, please let me know before sending your donation, so that I know that I can get into communication with the person who you are trying to communicate with. 95% of the time I can, but there are cases where souls have reincarnated, where they have not made it to the other side, in which they're able to communicate with me. I used to think that it was when souls had when I had a difficulty reaching a soul, that it was because they had passed on very early, but that has definitely proven me wrong lately. The past few mediumship readings I've done were for folks who had very recently passed, and they came right on through. So it really just varies, but most of the time I can get in touch with your loved one, but I do like to check before you send your donation. I need to know what their name is, their relation to you, their date of birth, and their date of passing. It's super helpful if you can send me a photograph of them, either over email or DMs over Instagram, but it's not mandatory. And those are a donation amount of $35.35 if you donate using PayPal or Cashapp, and they are $50.50 if you need to use SuperChat. I also offer private readings. I want to say they're offline, but they're still online. But they are private. They are not over a live stream. If you are dealing with something that you would like to have some discretion with, I always offer private readings. I offer two different types. The first type of private reading that I offer is by appointment only, and that is over Zoom. It's essentially everything that you're seeing here. You see the cards, you see me, you hear me, I can hear you, I can see you if you want me to see you. It's just a one-on-one between me and you. There's no limit to the number of questions that I can ask for you, so long as it's within the allotted amount of time. It's on your schedule, your convenience. So it's that level of convenience that you get, and of course that level of privacy and one-on-one attention, undivided attention. Email me to schedule a private reading. I highly recommend everyone get a private reading from me at least once, or you can always send me a DM over my Instagram. And then alternatively, I also offer private readings at no additional donation amount, but they're not one-on-one. However, if you do have a question, either that you don't want publicly broadcasted over a live stream, you can always message me. Hey KB4, welcome. I'm doing well, thank you. If you have a question that you don't want on a public live stream, you can always send me your donation with your question, and I can answer it for you over voice memos, over DMs on Instagram, or typed over email, however you prefer. Again, it's at no additional donation amount. It's also at your convenience as well. I can answer your question 1 to 3 hours. So if you have a question and you don't see me online, you can get it answered. And it also offers that level of privacy that a live stream can't provide. Hi KB4, if you have a question, the donation queue is currently open. All my donation information can be found right pinned at the bottom of the chat. Thank you so much. So yes, the donation queue is currently open, my loves. So whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you very much. Great, thank you so much. Thank you very much, Kay. Thank you, Kay. Kay, I don't know if you're new to the channel or not. I don't know, your name doesn't look super familiar, but I also know that YouTube a couple of months ago switched people's usernames around to their @username. So I've had some, because I've had this channel for about 5.5 years now, I've had some clients of mine from like years ago come back, and they have a different name now. Your name's Kaya. Have I read for you before, hun? Just adding you here. And please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. I have read for you before. Okay. Cool. Well, welcome back. Welcome back, love. Kaya, what is your sign? I'm going through a breakup kind of thing with a girl I've met through football in January. We fell in love and had an intimate connection for 4 months until she broke up last month, and you're in Aries. I'm really sorry to hear that, Kaya. It's rough. It was my first serious relationship. We're both female. Yeah, I was just going to, because Kaya is a very feminine name. I'm sure there's dudes out there called Kaya, but I just felt feminine energy from you, so I was going to ask if you were down with the LGBT, and happy Pride Month to you. I live in San Francisco, and I was just downtown yesterday as well. I'm like, oh yeah, June 1st, rainbow flags. We got the whole month. The whole month's coming up. Okay, so what is your question, my love? The only friend who knows about us is Jenna. Okay, so this is like low, like secret stuff. Before our breakup, she booked us a trip to New York next month. Now that's coming up, and we're still out of contact. Okay. Is there a physical distance between the two of you, or no? I mean, if you guys did you say you played football together? You met her through football in January, okay. Oh. What's her name, love? And what's her sign? So I just wonder what's coming for us, and if we will be back together by this trip. I have to travel to her first before going to New York. Okay, so there is a distance between the two of you. I'm taking it. So you'd have to go over to her, and then bounce over to New York. Sorry, 1 second, honey. I just need to turn on my heater. It just got super cold. Yeah, and I just need her name and her sign too. Yeah, also physically distant. We met on an international tour. Her name is Ozwa, and she's a Scorpio. Okay. So we want to ask, do you want to ask what's coming towards you guys, or do you want me to ask if you guys will be back together before the trip starts? So those are two different questions. I will say, if we ask in general just what's coming towards you and Ozwa, it'll likely say if you guys will get back together before the trip. You want to just go ahead and ask that? Yeah, I think so too. Angels, messengers, and when did you guys stop speaking again? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What's coming between Kaya and Ozwa? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Kaya and Ozwa? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Kaya and Ozwa? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Kaya and Ozwa's connection? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Kaya and Ozwa's connection? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Kaya and Ozwa's connection? Whoa, dyslexia today. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Kaya and Ozwa's connection? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Kaya and Ozwa's connection? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Kaya and Ozwa's connection? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Kaya and Ozwa's connection? Girl, I have been I don't have dyslexia. I have calculexia, but I've been all day today. I've been like mixing up words and like switching them around, weird stuff. Like 4 weeks ago, this happened, and I've attempted to reconnect, but she was hurt by something I said so much that we're still not talking. I also want to respect her boundaries, of course. Okay. All right, hun. We have the Emperor reversed, Justice, Two of Swords reversed, the Hermit, and Seven of Cups reversed. Is she open? Is she openly gay? And I've attempted to reconnect. Oh, sorry, I already read that. Is she in the closet? I mean, I hate using that term, but she's not open about her sexuality, is she? I could be wrong there, but I'm trying to figure out what this hermit situation is here. No, not really. We're both in the okay. I was also going to say with this Two of Swords reverse, I'm thinking you might be too. I don't like using that term, but yeah, just not completely open about your orientation at this time. And orientation can be fluid, especially it doesn't have to be a label. But in saying that it doesn't have to be a label, which it doesn't, so relationships don't have to have labels either. We have a religious and cultural background that doesn't support it, so we're really low key. Oh God, I'm sorry, love. That's really unfortunate. This Seven of Cups reversed. Seven of Cups reversed is a card of avoiding making decisions, especially when we're talking about romance. That's someone who's avoiding making a romantic decision and is pretty resolute with this Two of Swords reversed about making an open. When I say an open decision, I don't mean like coming out and saying, just like, I'm loud and proud, but in being with you, it takes a lot. It takes a lot in as you know, in concealing it and in keeping it low key. You mentioned you have one friend. I should have picked it up from there. Yeah, you mentioned that you have one friend who knows about y'all and organized a trip. I don't know if it was for you and the three of you or you and her. We both don't have an issue with it, at least as far as I know. I think she does. I think she has an issue with it more than I'm not. This isn't a competition. Excuse me. This is not a competition of who cares more. But I think this bothered the idea of people finding out really bothers her. I think in a deeper way than it may bother you. She does not want to hurt you. She's not trying to do you dirty. She's not trying to do wrong by you. She's not off gallivanting with other ladies. That I don't get. I do not get that energy at all. And I don't think you got that either. You didn't suggest it, and I just didn't pick it up from you. But just letting you know, it's part of what I'm seeing here is she's pretty solitary. She's certainly not gallivanting off with other ladies. That's definitely not something you got to worry about. And she doesn't want to hurt you. But she also knows that with this Two of Swords, in trying to remain fair and kind towards you while still not living her truth, but living her life on the low, it's very hard not to put you in a deep place of confusion and hurt. And she feels very powerless about this overall with the Emperor reversed. This is not something that she's happy about. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. That's not why I'm saying that. I just want to let you know that she does care about you a lot. No, true, I don't think she's entertaining someone else, but I'm left in confusion by all this. She decided this, this Two of Swords reverse is you being left in confusion, you being left in the dark here. Two of Swords is also a card of balance and equality and justice, and she wants to be just and fair towards you, but she's also committed to this hermit lifestyle. We'll just call it what it is, the low lifestyle. She's more, and again, it's not a competition. She's not, I don't want to say she's more low-key than you are, but she's more concerned about something coming out. Someone hearing something, someone seeing something, someone sensing something. Because the love between the two of you ran deeply. And I'm also seeing here that it's, again, this is not her feeling like I just don't want to be with Kaya anymore. But it's more I still have feelings for Kaya, but if I'm to be with her, it's going to cost me it's going to be pretty much impossible for me. Speaking from her perspective, she feels that this would be impossible for her to maintain this under in the guise of darkness. It's inevitably going to hurt you, which it already has, disappoint you. I don't think you guys will reconnect before New York, love. Does she want to? I think she in a perfect world, if the world were her way and you and her did not face the judgments that you do face, the opposition that you face, then she'd be all in. And I'm not trying to say that to soften the blow. I'm just telling you how I see it. This is not someone who's turning away because they're like, Kaya. It's like, damn, like, there's the distance and then there's the obvious. True, we're also kind of known in the public eye in our sport, so I see her fear, but I didn't see this coming at all. Yeah, especially if y'all are well known in your sport. I mean, let's just be real. Aren't most women in professional sports? I mean, most of my lesbian friends are not hardcore professional athletes, but they're into sports. And I'm thinking of like the best professional female athletes I know. Okay, yeah, there's definitely some straight women, but there's a lot of lesbians in the sport, in the professional sporting world. It's not unheard of. It's not a shocker, but in the case of your guys' individual situations, cultural, possibly religious, you might have mentioned religious, there is this stigma. There is this fear that she has of anything more. I don't want to say anything more coming out, but you said because nothing's come out, but you are known in the public eye, so that makes things difficult too. It's not the distance I'm concerned with so much because y'all travel a lot. Clearly, if you're a professional athlete and slay, that rules. It's that hermit. It's that hermit card. It's that hiding card. It's too much for her, and it hurts her. As I know it hurts you, obviously, and confuses you, that Two of Swords reversed. She broke up because he said something to Jenna that she didn't like, and Jenna told this to Oswald basically, and since then she's been really distant. Yeah, I don't think that what was said to her really bugged her that badly, Kaya. I kind of think she was looking for an out. She was like, while you guys were in physical proximity of one another, it was easier to keep things on the low. And now that you have to meet in a separate place, she's concerned. Especially being in the public eye. It's or being well known in your industry. People talk, people observe, people are curious, people are nosy new news, and I don't know if she's been. I'm guessing she's about the same age as you, and she's probably been doing this about as long as you, sports, professionally, and it's not to say that she's never going to come back into your life ever again, Kaya. I don't want you to think that. But I also don't want you and I don't want you to dismiss the depth of what you did have. Yes, she's just a bit younger than me. Okay. So she's a bit younger. So it's a little bit more difficult for her to tackle and navigate. Not wildly more difficult, but what I'm concerned about is our trip coming up. Yeah, when it comes to your trip coming up, I think she might do one of two things. And we can ask this as a question, but just from what you're telling me, sounds like she's either going to skip out or act as though she's not going to act like you guys normally do in New York if she does end up going. I feel, but I can't. I mean, I can't promise that. I'm just gleaning that on what you're telling me and what I got from the last reading. But I can see that concern for sure, for sure. No, we're definitely going. That's for sure. Okay, so you have a commitment there. I'm guessing, like a game, a tournament, or something. Sorry, I'm not being very ladylike right now. Plug in my coconut water. Jenna paid for everything. Oh, Jenna's a real one. Damn, she paid for it too? Okay. Okay. So you've got to go, essentially. She even booked a Disney trip for us. Oh dear. You want to? I mean, you if you want, you can ask if she's going to come to the trip, because it was technically two questions. I felt I was going to get more from asking what's going to come between the two of you, but it was just 5 cards. Yes, but even Jenna is distant with me and getting closer with Ozwa and distant from me. I was going to say, there's no such thing as a free lunch. You've heard that phrase. I just want to know how the trip will be, for sure. I'm wondering what, and that's very, very kind of Jenna, and I'm not saying that Jenna's not kind, but that's extremely kind. Like, what's in it for her? I hate putting it that way. But humans are humans, unless she's super duper loaded and just really wants to see the very, very best for her 2 friends. Jenna admitted that he likes Ozwa. Oh, Jenna's a dude? Oh no, she likes Ozwa. Okay, I thought it was a lesbian. Yeah, another. Yeah, okay, we're getting into it. So she likes Ozwa too. Ay caramba. Now, I don't know anything about Jenna and Ozwa. I don't know what's going on with it. But she admitted to you that she likes Ozwa. Lord have mercy. Good grief. Okay. And when is this trip supposed to go down again? She told me this in the middle of when I was going through it, so I was really confused about it. The trip is July 1st. Oh, yeah, that would confuse me too, girl. Yeah, while you're in the middle of going through something. So that's why I'm so conflicted about all this. I feel like I pushed. I feel like pushed in a corner. Yes, I misread that as I feel like I pushed her in a corner. I'm like, girl, opposite day. No, you've been pushed in a corner. Yeah, no, you got it. You've been pushed in a corner here. Yeah. Ay caramba. I don't have much people to talk about this or give good advice. Girl, you're all good. I'm here for you. I got so much going on in my life too. Yeah, same story. Sometimes I just don't want to tell friends of mine what I'm going through because it's just like that. Then I have to give all the backstory and everything. And yeah. So yeah, no, I see what's going on, and at least in terms of what tarot is all about is reading current energies, and as it currently stands right now, with Ozwa, she feels terrible about feeling exhausted and having to performatively keep this low on the lowdown, because it's an added layer to a connection when you're having to be performative about something else and pretend you don't like someone in person or IRL, or do whatever you do to keep it on the lowdown. Like I can't stress that enough. She does not want to hurt you, but she's also maxed herself out. Can you see if during the trip we'll get back together? Absolutely, I can ask that question, love. Did you want to do another 5 cards for that? If the cards say no, it could be a couple. So for now, she doesn't want me back. As it stands right now, no. As it stands right now, she doesn't want to do you wrong, but I'm the only cups I saw there were the 7 of Cups. They were reversed, and that's someone at this time avoiding making a romantic decision. So I'm not here to say that she'll never ever want you back. I want to like hammer that home is that this isn't a total impossible possibility, but it's not something that I would put all my eggs in one basket for. And despite the depth of what you guys went through, just based on her current energies, which could change. People change and people transition all the time. And thank you very much, Kaya, for your additional donation. So did you specifically want me to ask? You specifically want me to ask if you guys will reconcile in New York? Yes, because I'm worried that will ruin the trip, especially knowing about Jenna's feelings for her. Yeah, that tickles my pickle. I don't like that. That chaps my ass. I know Oswald definitely doesn't like her back. Yeah, I don't get that. Yeah, we haven't asked, but I don't get the sense that Oz was interested. She's interested in you. That I see. Um, but like I know Oswald doesn't like her back like that, but they could do things on purpose to piss me off. I hate assuming it. It is possible. That is a possible possibility, Kaya. People can be. I mean, you met her in January. You never fully know a person. Like, period. I mean, yeah, okay. Like, do my parents fully know one another? Yes, they do. They've been married for 40 odd years. But when you've only known someone for a matter of months, they could be hiding some things up their sleeve that you don't know. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Kaya and Azwa romantically reconcile in New York. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Kaya and Azwa romantically reconcile in New York. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Kaya and Azwa romantically reconcile in New York. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Kaya and Azwa romantically reconcile in New York. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Kaya and Azwa romantically reconcile in New York. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Kaya and Azwa romantically reconcile in New York. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Kaya and Azwa romantically reconcile in New York. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Kaya and Azwa romantically reconcile in New York. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Kaya and Azwa romantically reconcile in New York. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Kaya and Azwa romantically reconcile in New York. 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 6 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles reversed, and 9 of Cups. Okay. Now we're getting into some tricky territory here. You told me I've read for you before. I don't know the last time I read for you. I'm a sharpshooter. I tell it like it is. I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm not here to mislead you in any way. But I've been asked as a reader what, and I don't know how well you know tarot, I don't believe she can continue acting this distant when we physically meet again. I know she really likes me, and this all happened while we were away from each other. I'm concerned about Jenna. I'm concerned about Jenna. 7 people asked, and I was telling my friend last night, a lot of my clients and people over the years have asked me, what's your least favorite card in the deck? And it's one of two answers. It's either all of the 5s, they're all hard, they're all difficult, or this bloody card, 7 of Swords. Yo, I'm concerned about Jenna too. Yeah. Like my first, like, giving her the benefit of the doubt reaction when you told me that she got this trip together for y'all was, oh, that's kind. How kind of her. And then I'm like, wait, she's going too? What's in this for Jenna? 7 of Swords is lies, deceit, trickery, manipulation. Something's going on behind your back. Or something will be happening behind your back. Do I think that they have been physical with one another? I don't. They aren't physically close to one another. Are they either? Do I think that they talk in a flirtatious manner? Yeah, I do. And she's been acting really odd the past few days, like really, really odd. Jenna or Azwa? No, they live in 2 different countries. Okay, so that, yeah. So that confirms where what I'm seeing here, that they are not physical with one another. Jenna even told me they talk every day. Yeah, they certainly do. And it's not platonic. It is flirtatious. I'm really concerned about this trip. I'm concerned about Jenna, and I'm concerned about Azwa now. I still hold firmly with Azwa's feelings for you and the depth of them. Yeah, this is pretty disgusting. This is the 7 of Swords is very much self-serving, manipulative behavior. I was telling my friend last night, he doesn't know anything about tarot. I was like, well, if you want to know the worst card, it's this one right here. When an ex-friend of mine stole my wallet, I was sobbing, and I had no proof that they'd actually stolen it except for like all these red flags, and it was a red wallet too. And I pulled 2 cards for myself. I'm getting emotional. And I asked my spirit guides, I'm like, please, if this person stole my wallet from me, just show me the 7 of Swords, either upright or reverse, but just show it to me. And I pulled 2 cards. First card I pulled was the 7 of Swords. It's no bueno. Wow, I can't believe this is actually true. My intuition said this already. Even Jenna gave me a lot of signs. Yeah, and that's the thing is I'm not in a similar situation as you are, but I'm in a situation where I'm really trying hard to listen to my mind and not shut my heart up, but quiet it down, because our heart can be really deceptive above all things. Do you think Azwa is doing this to piss me off, or actually entertaining it with that intention? Unfortunately, I think that it may have started to piss you off, and I don't even. Either way, Kaya, if she's doing this to piss you off, or if this is actual intention, I think both are pretty gross. But what I think is, I think it initially started as her trying to get a rise out of you, which is not good, with the 7 of Pentacles reversed. And then it became something. The 6 of Swords, I see her moving on. And I felt guilt. I felt that she felt badly in the last reading, and I thought it all had to do with her not being able to contain this and keep it in the closet. But it's more, I hate to put it this way, I got hella gay friends, so I can say this, and I'm part of the queer community, is just this is lesbian drama to a T. Like, straight folks do this shit too. Gay guys do this. Well, I feel like gay guys do less of this petty stuff, but just that just twisted my stomach. She always told me, Jenna, weirded her out. I'm legit weirded out by the fact that Jenna just got you guys this trip. There has to, like, I don't know how old you are, but hey, you sure did donate yesterday, and thank you for coming back, and you will be next. Thank you. I don't know when Jenna got you this vacation, but my gut. I mean, I'm a 40-year-old lady. I'm old. I'm cynical. I would have my eyebrow would be raised. I'd be like, why are you getting involved? And in my darkest hour with the woman that I love, why are you getting involved in this way? No, she got us these tickets when we were still together. Okay, that's still. They are both only 19 and 24. Okay, they're acting. Yeah, they're acting like they're acting like mean girls. This is mean girl behavior. You're very young. Y'all are both. Y'all are all very, very young. Yeah. And when I was your age, I probably wouldn't have raised an eyebrow. Now I'm old and I'm jaded, and I've been in situations. In fact, I was in a similar situation not just last year. And I remember telling myself, like, if I was 22, I would not be handling this the same way. I was blindsided, but I was like, not surprised anymore. People can just be garbage, no matter what age. And I'm not saying they're garbage people, but the way that they're behaving towards you, girl, yeah, you should be disgusted. And I don't want you to be. I'm so sorry that you're going through this, but you've got to know the truth. And I think that shred of hope that you had between you and Oswa was preventing you from accepting the truth here, that you're blinded, sweetie. You've got a blindfold on because of your heart. You're bound. You're still bound to her emotionally. The Eight of Swords, she's bound by ropes. She's got a blindfold, and then there's 8 swords all around her. But what she doesn't know is that if she were just to wriggle just a little bit, which is kind of what you did today, you sought an outside source for help. You said, I don't have a lot of people to talk to about this. You came to me. I'm not saying I'm like the healer or anything, but you realize that I hope I helped you realize that you can wriggle yourself out of these binds. Take off, free your arms, take off that blindfold and see what's going on, because these are a bunch of red flags, girlfriend. I'm actually mature. No, I hear you. No, you strike me as a very emotionally mature young woman. No, I didn't get the sense that you were hella young, girl. I got the sense that you were youthful. I got the sense that someone here was either just extremely emotionally immature, or legit their prefrontal cortex is not fully developed, and that's Jenna and Oswa. And I'm not making excuses for them, but they are acting like mean girls. Called them both 2 days ago saying honestly that I'm concerned about our trip, and they were already acting weird. I think they've got their own little thing going on here with this 9 of Cups. I think they're really pleased with themselves. Jenna, I see, and I'm not trying to demonize Jenna, because Jenna wasn't the one that you had feelings for, that you were connected to. I think they're both pretty rotten. I know that's hard to say and hard to hear, and it's just my opinion. Who am I? I'm just some lady. But like I said, if Ozza was doing this to piss you off, red flag, not effing cool, girl. And then if you just genuinely fell for Jenna, she's got to let you know that. You're about to go on a trip here. You're supposed to go on a trip here. She said, you really consider not going anymore after I spend so much money I spend? You better not. Do I feel stuck? I feel stuck because of this. You don't owe her a damn thing, Kay. I want to let you know that. You don't owe her anything. You don't owe her a damn thing. You don't owe Oswa anything. If this is how they're behaving, and now you're telling me about all these red flags behind the scenes, and the puzzle pieces are all coming together for me, or are definitely becoming much clearer. No, this isn't absurd. This is just foul play. I think I want to group call them and say that I'm not going to go with this behavior. You shouldn't. I don't think, well, I can't tell you what to do, but honestly, if your mental well-being is going to be compromised in this situation. Hey, and I'm just concluding Miss K's reading. Thank you so much for your patience. Last time they didn't take me serious like that. If they're not going to take you seriously, Kay, then you don't want to go on a trip with them, and you certainly don't want to be with someone like that. You deserve so much better. I know you had something special with Oswa, but you don't fully know her. And Jenna tells me openly that they flirt. Yeah, that's no bueno. That is no good, girl. You're seeing the red flags. You see them. You know, you see them right there, and they're warning you. They're hiding in plain sight. Like, these girls are I don't know if they're trying to warn you, but everything they're saying to me is warning, warning, danger, danger zone. If my, yeah, and if that feeling is gone from Oswa, then I know enough. I want to move on too. Precisely. If she's not going to respect you in that way, in that very basic way, okay, then she doesn't deserve you. She really doesn't. Though, like, she yeah, they can be crummy together, but this all just reeks. It nothing sounds right here. Nothing smells right. Doesn't look right. There's some ulterior motive with them. There's some kind of manipulation, and I don't want you to fall trapped to it. Can't believe they are entertaining each other behind my back. I'm so sorry, Kay. You deserve a lot. You deserve so much better. This is no way to treat a woman. It's no way to treat someone that you had feelings for. I'm so sorry, love. J Moon, please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. Jenna even said she'll try to get with her, and I can't do anything about it because we broke up. I didn't know she was serious. Wow. You thought she was joking when she said that? That's an effed up thing to joke about, and that's a seriously effed up thing to threaten. Kay, you deserve so much better. Kaya, sorry, but I'm looking at your name. You deserve so much. No, don't feel terrible and don't feel naive. No. It's, girl, I'm 40 years old and I've been dealing with it all day. I'm trying to quiet my heart and I'm trying to listen to my mind and quiet my heart, because our heart will deceive us. Thank you, Anne. Thank you. Our heart can be deceitful above all things and will tell us, oh, so and so is just joking, or they weren't really serious, but they're telling you in plain sight that, like I just said, that's an effed up thing. If she's joking, that's an effed up ass thing to joke about. And if she's not joking, that's an effed up ass assertion to make, regardless of whether she was joking or not. I don't know how y'all's sense of humor goes, but that certainly isn't mine. That's not something I would ever joke about with someone. You don't joke about hooking up with someone's beloved. You don't do that. Don't feel terrible for feeling naive. You're not. You're just an empath, and you had feelings, and these people don't have them. Jenna certainly does not, and they're just not being respectful. I understand, Kaya. I understand. Girl, I understand. I've been there all week. I know, and just get that anger out. I would not talk to them for a little while. Don't blow up. Don't send them. I wouldn't send them inflammatory texts. You keep your head held high, because you're the graceful one here. They act so good. Heard on socials, it sickens me, but I don't know what to do about the trip. I say just don't go, baby. Just don't go. Their money. It's not yours. No harm, no foul. But you're not stuck. You just don't go. That, if you want my opinion, I mean, we can ask the cards if you want to, but if you want my opinion, just don't go. Because you will be stuck. if you end up going. I genuinely feel that they are going to pull a fast one on you and end up hooking up together. And you're going to witness something that you don't want to witness. You know? So I'm just concerned there. I feel like that's where you're more liable to be stuck. J Moon, I need you to post your question, please. Thank you. I just started a new job. What's their impression for me? Let's see. You are so welcome, Kaya. Anytime, love. Anytime. I am here for you, and I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to criticize. I'm just here to support you and guide you the best. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is N's new job's impression of her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is N's new job's impression of her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is N's new job's impression of her? Congratulations, N. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is N's new job's impression of her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is N's new job's impression of her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is N's new job's impression of her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is N's new job's impression of her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is N's new job's impression of her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is N's new job's impression of her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is N's new job's impression of her? All right, let's see. We have 3 of Cups, 8 of Cups reversed, 8 of Wands reversed, the Sun reversed, and 4 of Swords. Let me get my special little black book out here, because I can specifically glean career definitions here. When did you start this new job, love? Starting with this 3 of Cups. I don't know if you've noticed this, you know, let me know if this resonates or not, but 3 of Cups, when we're talking about the workplace, is almost always indicative of harmonious interactions with one's coworkers. So I don't know, maybe you already know some of your coworkers from previous jobs, but I do feel a deep warmth from your coworkers. However, we then have this 8 of Cups reversed here. Is this are you doing the same job that you're used to doing? Is this the same career, just a different environment? Because the 8 of Cups reversed, the 8 of Cups upright is moving onward, moving forward, moving on to the next episode, the next chapter, the next venture. But when it's in its reverse position, it's often indicative of feeling you're doing the same thing. Yeah, when it's in its reverse position, it's often indicative of a feeling of a lack of solid change. Even though you have made a change, even though you are in a new environment, you yourself may not be feeling. You might be feeling like this is kind of the same, you know, same crap, different place. Not, I don't want to say crap, but same stuff, different place. This 8 of Wands reverse concerns me, because this is a problem that not you just have, but a lot of employees have. But I know you've had for sure. I've been reading for you for years, baby doll, and most of the readings I do for you, this earth sign, are of the work variety, and a big issue that you run into is not getting any feedback, not receiving feedback from your work. Which is why you come to me, because they're silent. And that's what I'm seeing here with this 8 of Wands. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's only been a week. But I'm with the sun reversed right next to it. I'm getting the sense that you feel like you're in the dark. You feel like you're in the dark, yet you feel like you are being watched very, very closely. But yeah, the 8 of Wands reverse, lack of communication. Could also be another indicative with 8 of Cups, 8 of Wands reversed, these both being 8s. Also feelings of stagnation, like, hey, I'm doing the same thing, but I'm in a different environment, but I'm doing the same thing. Like, same thing, different environment. This 4 of Swords, though, I don't know. I'm sure I've seen this in it. Does it say what their impression of me is? That's what I'm trying to glean. I'm not seeing much. What I am seeing is the people who you work with really like you. They enjoy working with you. They find you to be a harmonious person. But I don't think that they feel that 1 week, or not, well, you started on Monday, today's Tuesday. Wait, did you start last Monday or yesterday? If you started yesterday especially, they haven't had enough time to really develop a solid impression of you. They need to see more of you. Right now, they've just met you and are getting to know who N is. So what I'm seeing so far is, like, so far so good. Especially with this 4 of Swords here. I don't sense like severe criticism by any means. 8 of Wands is also a card of timing. It's also a card of timing, divine timing. And again, I don't know if you started yesterday or last Monday, but if you started yesterday especially, but even if you started last Monday, that's a very short amount of time to properly assess someone. But so far so good. They like you. They like what they see. They just haven't seen enough. With the sun reverse, that's part of this too. Why you might be feeling in the dark is because they just haven't seen enough of you. Enough time has not transpired. And I also think that's part of this 4 of Swords too. Is repose, waiting. Giving it some time for folks to really get a solid impression of who you are in the workplace. So again, as I always do, I always recommend, don't be afraid to ask for performance reviews, especially if you're feeling like the sun reversed, if you're feeling in the dark yourself. Don't hesitate to ask for a performance review, even if it has been early on in your tenure at your job. But I just think it's been too short of amount of time for people to make a solid impression of who you are. So far, so good, but they also want to see, like, they want time to go on so that they can see your work, like, on the daily. So yeah, that is what I am seeing for you, Miss J Moon. Thank you very, very much for your donation. I appreciate you, and thank you for coming back from yesterday. So the donation queue is currently open once again. If anybody has a question that they would like to have answered this evening, I am here for you. Thank you so very much. Hey Austin, how are you doing? That's good. Good to hear. Just resting. Yeah, it was busy for me yesterday. I don't know. The first of the month usually is pretty busy for me, but I only had a certain amount of time to go on for. Like I had a hard stop. Oh wow, that's awesome. That's awesome, Austin. Was it mostly regulars or new people or like a combo? Nice. That's awesome. All right. So it is that time of night. I've been on for 2 hours now, so I'm going to do a last call for any and all donations tonight. If you have a question that you need me to answer this evening, I am here for you. Otherwise, I will be signing off in the next 3 minutes. But if you have a question that you would like me to answer for you, I am here for you. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you. Last call. Last call tonight. Last call for any and all donations. If you have a question, just send in your donation and we will get started. Otherwise, I will be signing off tonight. We are doing a last call for all donations. Thank you. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you. Last call tonight. Thank you so much. I know I should have a theme song at this point, but haven't gotten around to doing that. Other things on my priority list. Last call for any and all donations tonight. Thank you. Last call for all donations. Last call. Last call. Alright, looks like everyone is happy and taken care of. Thank you all so much, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye!